Hello students, today I will teach you about the whole numbers. This is chapter number 2 of class 6 NCERT text. You have already studied about natural numbers in your earlier classes. Now, what is the difference between natural numbers and whole numbers? Whole numbers is a bigger number system. In natural numbers, it starts from 1, 2, 3 and so on till infinity. In whole numbers, our number system starts from 0. So, 0 included with all the natural numbers makes the set of whole numbers. Today we will study some properties of whole numbers like closure property, commutative property, associative property and distributive property. Also we will study how the whole numbers are represented on the number line and how some basic operations are performed on the number line. The operation of addition we will study, how we do addition on number line, how we do subtraction on number line, and multiplication also, how we are going to do on the number line. So all these concepts I will take one by one with examples. After going through all this, you can do your exercise questions. So let's go. So our system of natural numbers starts from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. It goes till infinity. When we talk about the whole numbers, it starts from 0. And can you notice 0 also has a whole in it. So you can remember it that way. That 0 is a whole number. It starts from 0, then goes on 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on till infinity. This is called the set of whole numbers. Now let us see some of the properties of whole numbers. The first property is called the closure property. The closure property. The closure property states that if I take any two whole numbers, like I take 3 and I add another whole number to it, I will get the answer also as whole number. This is a whole number, this is a whole number, and the answer is also a whole number. So the operation of addition is closed for the whole numbers. Okay. Now let us see some more examples. Now when we perform multiplication, we have taken one whole number multiplied with a whole number and we get the answer also as a whole number. So this operation of multiplication is also closed. Now let us take one more example of subtraction. This time I am subtracting 3. I am subtracting this 4 from 3. Now what will be the answer? The answer, I am going to have an answer, but that answer is not a whole number. It cannot be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, anything. Any positive number is not the answer. So that means this subtraction is not coming under the closure property. Actually the answer will be -1, which is an integer. So integer is not same as whole number. Similarly, if I write 4 divided by 5, then the answer is either a fractional number or it will be in decimal, but not a whole number. So this property of division and subtraction, these are not closed, but multiplication and addition are closed. So this was first property, the property of closure. Now let us come to property number 2, that is commutative property. Commutative property. I take any two whole numbers and I am adding them. First number added to second number. What is the answer that I get? I get this answer. If I change the order of these numbers, second number I have taken first now. And let me see what the answer is. The answer is same again. So this is called that it is commutative. The sum is commutative because the order of the numbers does not change the answer. So this is written as in general I can write it as a plus b is equal to b plus a, and this is called commutative property. Similarly, in multiplication also, if we change the order of the numbers, suppose numbers are 2 and 7, answer is 14, and if I multiply 7 with 2, then also the answer is 14. So, operation of multiplication is also commutative. But we will see that the difference, the subtraction, 7 minus 2 is not same as 2 minus 7. Similarly, 4 divided by 2 is not same as 2 divided by 4. This gives me different answers. So this is not commutative, the subtraction and the division. Now after this we will study the third property, which is called the associative property. Associative property is similar to commutative property. Only things, it will have three numbers. That is, if I add these two numbers and the sum is added to this number, it will be the same as first two numbers added and the sum added to third number. Associative property means in addition the numbers can be added taking any two first. They can be added in any order. The answer will remain same. Let us see how. 3 plus 5 is 8. So this will become 2 plus 8. And here 2 plus 3 is 5. It will become 5 plus 5. How much is 2 plus 8? Comes out to be 10. And how much is 5 plus 5? Comes out to be 10. Thus we say that this is the associative property which is true for the whole numbers. This associative property is also true for the multiplication operation. That is, if I take any three numbers and I multiply them, first I have to solve the simple bracket. So 4 into 2 is 8. Then I do 3 into 8, which comes out to be 24. Now I will change the order. I will first multiply 3 and 4, then multiply with 2. What I get? 3 into 4 is 12. Then multiplied with 2, the answer is 24 again. So, whether I multiply these two first or these two first, the answer remains same. That means numbers can associate in any order. That is why it is called associative property. Next, a very important property comes, that is called the distributive property. One number distributes over other numbers. This property is very important in simplifying and saving our time in solving the questions. Let us see. If I have 2 into 3 plus 4, I can write it as 2 multiplied with 3 plus 2 multiplied with 4. This is distributed to both of this. 2 multiplied with 3 plus 2 multiplied with 4. This gives me 6 plus 8. Right? And this gives me 14. Answer will remain the same. Here it is 3 plus 4 is 7. So this is 2 multiplied with 7. This is solved first. Again the answer is 14. The answer remains same. But for ease of calculation, we can use always the distributive property. Now, I shall sum up all the properties that we have studied in general form. So, the properties of whole number is, first was the closure property, second was commutative property, third was your associative property, and fourth we have studied the distributive property. There are some more which we will do in the next video. Now you can solve questions based on these properties and do the examples also. After this, let us do how we represent the